do that, let's do an activity actually. Let's do that since we have time. All right, so what are the 4 components? Idea first, yeah. And we're going to talk about the other. And if we do idea first, it has to have pace and then lead. It has to have 0 objections, and it has to have both the logic and the empathy. Yeah. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. All right. Here's a quiz, everyone. Let's see if we can put into practice what we have just spoken about. Okay. So your idea is to convince a group of 16-year-old Japanese students to eat durian. So they're visiting Cambodia. It's their first time in this part of Asia, and they have never seen durian before. So you are going to, as part of the things, you want to influence them, persuade them to eat durians. Okay. So here we go. I put 6 statements here. Tell me which 3, so I'm giving you a clue already from the 6, 3 would fit the tips that we talked about just now. So keep in mind, they're 16-year-old Japanese students, and they're going to eat durian for the first time in their lives. Lam Ang, am I pronouncing durian the correct way, as you would say in Cambodia as well? So we know what fruit we're talking about. So everyone's good with Lam, okay? All right. So just put the numbers. Look at the 3 statements and put the numbers 1, 2, and 5. Ekta, I love you. You are so participative. Thank you. So there's 1, 2, and 5. There's 6, 5, and 1. There's 2, 3, and 5 guesses. Just give a guess. 2, 3, and 5. All right, think about it. 2, 4, and 5. 2, 4, and 5. Okay. All right. What else? Anyone? Other guesses? Just wait for about 15 seconds or so to see if anyone else. We've got 6, 3, and 5. We have some similar ones. 6, 3, and 5. Okay, very good. Okay, here's the answer. Okay, what do you think is the correct answer? Here are the answers. It's 1, 5, and 6. Okay, 1, 5, and 6. Why? You need to get into the head of your decision maker. The decision maker is a 16-year-old Japanese student or students who've come to this part of Asia, and they're going to ask them to eat durians, right? So if you think about the head of this 16-year-old Japanese students, you need to become 16 years old, right? And you need to become Japanese, and you need to become students, okay? Maybe even Japanese here too, that might give you some clues, right? So for a 16-year-old, and I know this because I've got a 16-year-old son, doing the same thing again and again is very, very boring. Very, very boring. Okay, they want excitement, they want to do something different. It's just the same thing we're doing all the time. Okay, we like trying strange things is not something that they would like to do, especially if they're Japanese, because they tend to be a bit more conservative. Sorry about that. They tend to be a bit more conservative. Okay. Eating and living healthy is important. It's only important to the mummy and daddy of the Japanese students, the 16-year-olds. The 16-year-olds could not be bothered about eating and living healthily, quite honestly, all right? They want to just eat whatever is fun and hip and happening right now, okay? Getting good grades is important for a good future. They know that getting good grades is important if they do not want to be scolded by mommy and daddy. But important for future, not really. They haven't made that distinction yet. Food and friends are important for them. Yep, tick on that. Very, very important for them. Remember, you want to get 0 objections. Yeah. And you also want to engage them at a logical and an empathy level. All right. A good holiday is having many photos to share on social media. Instagram. It's the day of Instagram and TikTok. So a holiday is only good if I can upload as many things as I can on Instagram and TikTok. 16-year-old students, Japanese. Okay. Now, this is the points that you would use to convince them. This, eating healthily, eating and living healthily, getting good grades and for important future, we'd like to try strange things, may not get you 0 objections. You may get someone there who might object. Yeah. So this is a little bit of a tricky one. Now here's a little bit of a tweak. Yeah. We like trying strange things. It's somewhat like something in the border, right? It can go this way. We need to change something. If we said something like, we like trying new things, this could possibly be something that will get the head nod, because doing the same things is boring, right? So we like trying new things instead of strange things. Then you might get a tick for that. Okay. So number 2 is about the strange things. Yeah, correct. That's right. Okay, so let me sum up, and then we'll have some Q&A to help us go to answer any questions that you might have. Tip number 1, start with the idea first, right? And all the data and all the background information comes after, okay? To position your idea and to position the idea so that you get listening time and your decision maker wants to continue to listen to you, then we need to do a few things. First, you need to pace them, go into their world, and then start leading them into your world. Number 2, you need to say it in a way that you will either get head nods or you are getting 0 objections. They are not going to ask questions. They are not going to interrupt you, or they are not going to say, I don't agree with you. Yeah. And when you present that idea, you need to make sure that you cover both the logical and the emotions, the logical and the empathy portion of it, right? Now, why do we need to do this? We need to do this because we want to get our decision maker from point A to point B. We are already at point B. We know this idea is useful. We know this idea is important, but our decision maker is at point A, right? We need to get them to point B, and we need to make that journey smooth for them and also smooth for us. All right, so that by using these tips, it's to make that journey so comfortable, so smooth that all your decision maker is doing is just listening and following you. It is so compelling a story that they will follow you. Yeah, when you do that, what you gain is clarity and confidence. Why? For you, you are clear about what your idea is, you are clear about what your message is, right? And it comes across clearly, right? And you're confident in the way when you're delivering that message. Either you're doing it in a face-to-face, one-on-one conversation, or in a meeting, or you're doing it in an email, or you're doing it in a presentation. Yeah? For the decision maker who is listening to you, they have confidence that you have done a good job, right? They have clarity about what your idea is about, and they have confidence that you have done a good job. And it just increases the chances of you getting your yes. Yeah. It's a beautiful day, ladies and gentlemen. I can't see it. And my idea as the blind person was for you to put in coins into my can. To do that, that was a little bit of a journey that I took you